I remember I didn't even see anything. My eyes was open like this, and I was like, God, please.
Shalom YouTube family, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the family. Today I got a special guest for y'all. He was on a previous video of ours, he did really good on, and he's back.
Yes, William, this is William, and thank you guys for having me here, and always a pleasure to be with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today we got a great video for you guys. It's going to be titled Tanzanian culture versus American culture. Y'all do not want to miss what we have to say. Let's get started. Number one, I would say the main thing would be the staring out here in Tanzania. Now, in America, we all know you stare at somebody too long, especially if like you in the hood or something, it gon' 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a problem. It can either be a fight, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might pull out a gun. I mean, you just never know what can happen. You can't even stare at nobody for a second, you know what I'm saying, too long without being a problem. It don't happen all the time, but it happens a lot to where we know that's not a thing you should be doing out there unless you want a problem with somebody. Now, explain how it is in Tanzania.
So here, you can take a whole day staring to somebody, and there's no problem. Like they will just leave you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you remember the day we went down to buy groceries, and somebody was staring at you, and they was laughing. Like you was pissed. I was like, why are they looking at me and they laughing? It's normal here. Somebody can just be thinking out of their things, and then they're staring at you, and then there's no problem for someone to stare at you. Like they can even laugh at you. They can even, because sometimes you might be like doing something they are not used, like, you know, driving a good car, or like wearing in a style, like, you know, we don't wear short pants here all the time. So maybe they can just be asking like, who is
just curious?
Curious, like, where is this guy from? So they stare at you till you just.
I'm talking about you can be staring at somebody the whole time, turn around, go past them, and still be staring. And it's no problem. They'll look at you, the thumbs up, laugh, smile, and be no problem. I got here.
You can even turn around.
Yeah.
Somebody can just do this to you. Like, no problem.
When I first got here, I'm looking, they staring at me, I'm mugging, like, why do you keep staring at me? They got a problem? You know, and I had to realize, like, that's just the culture right here.
Normal.
So if you're a person coming from America and come to Tanzania, just be mindful of that and don't take it personally if somebody stares at you. Another thing that I had to get used to when coming to Tanzania from America was personal space. In America, I feel like you all in somebody's space, you touching on people in public and strangers that you don't know. Somebody might tell you something like, man, bag up. You know, get your hand, get up off me. You're breathing on my neck like you can be a problem. That's just not the culture. You know, you walk and it's a busy street and you bump somebody, it might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? You might have a fight.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is in America.
Yes. I was working with my friends, Steve and Jamila, the day we was just going to Kariakoo to buy some stuffs. Yeah. And then Kariakoo is the market that it's very like, people are like
packed with a lot of people.
So people was like
bump.
Yeah, and it was like this all the time. So Steve was pissed out, like, you know. So I came to realize that in America it's like you have to give people space, but here you can just go to the public transport, like daladala. Here we call daladala buses. Yeah. So a lady can just be in front of you and you behind of her, like. Everything, like you touch each other like this,
sweat dripping off each other.
Yeah, sweat, and then you'd be like,
I'm Nishida, no problem.
And you may just take a boda, like you and like Travonte behind me and the driver, like you just go out. And
it'd be 3 people. So a boda is like a motorcycle. It'd be 3 or 4 people on a boda,
and no touching problem. Each other, touching your wrist, and there's no problem.
They comfortable with their sexuality out here. Ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying? And the gay thing.
Hold hands and just walk.
Yeah, that's another thing. Dudes out here hold hands, no problem. If you have a friend, a buddy out here, y'all hold hands. When I first seen it, I was like, what? What is going on? Why is this dude holding this dude's hand? Is he gay?
Nah,
it's none of that.
There's no problem, and you can just go in and in a daladala, like, or in the somewhere else, you can just be you can just be tired, and somebody can just come to you and touch you and carry you, and you know, there's no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Another daily interaction that is very different culturally between America and Tanzania is the way they eat here. You know, eating is very different in America. A lot of times people sit in the living room, eat in front of the TV, you know, not always even eat at the table with family and, you know, and talk. And if they are, you know, eating at the table, people on their phones and not really focused and talking to one another, you know, which I think is not a great thing. So what about here?
So for like according to the social interaction, like people of Dar es Salaam are kind of copying the Western way, but our culture is first we don't eat while we are sitting on the chairs and the table. We just sit down and we don't use spoons and forks. We use our bare hands. And eating is not eating. It's not just eating, but it's like a little bit ceremony that has to consist the whole family. We cook together, like 8 or 9 people. We cook,
sit down,
and then we put the food down in one big plate, and then we eat together with our hands.
People don't want you, in America, a lot of times people don't want you touching their food with their hands. They're like, oh, that's nasty. We touching them on food. Use a fork.
So so we touch and we eat together, together. So everybody is putting a hand there and we eat. We believe if you eat with your bare hand, then you're getting the blessing from God.
So lastly, the last daily interaction that is very different, you know, between America and Tanzania is how people speak to one another here. Now, you know, if somebody talking to you in America with a tone or very loud, you know, you usually don't take that well. It might be a fight once again, or you might like, this person got an issue with me, this person got an attitude, and you might scream back or yell back, and then it could be a bigger issue. Here, every time I heard, you know, somebody speak, especially on the phone, it was loud. Explain that and why that's the case.
So here the tone of volume, like the sound, it don't matter. It don't matter. Like what matters is you understand the person. So somebody can just call you and ask you like, where are you?
Screaming though. Like you would think every conversation I've heard somebody on the phone have, it sound like they're about to fight. Like, are they arguing?
You can just run to people, locals in there. Habari, hakuna matata, mambo. Like somebody can talk to you in a like mostly people are talking in a high volume. Like if we don't talk in a
low volume,
like not just laughing. We are talking.
It's loud.
Which
in America too, especially when it comes to like family. You know, my family loud. When we all in the house together and we all having fun laughing. We scream.
So you mean strangers?
People, a lot of times with people you don't know, you know, a lot of people just don't scream. You know, like, hey, what's up? Or you talking on the phone like, I'll be on the phone with an Uber driver or something, he, Ugo like screaming. I'm like, hey, where are you? Where are you? You know, that's what that Ugo Wabi mean. Like, where are you? But screaming. I'm like, man, why are you screaming? But it's just, you know, the culture.
It's normal.
Another major cultural difference between America and Tanzania, I would say, is childcare. The first thing I can think of is, you know, having your child out in public and people, or I would say strangers, coming up and you know,
and grab her. And
so I'm gonna start with America. That's a no-no. You don't just go and grab somebody's kid. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big no.
That's a big no. You can get killed like that. You're not just gonna go and grab somebody's kid and hold them. A lot of times you don't want people touching your kids. Just
beautiful.
And just because you just don't know what you might be dealing with. It could be a crazy person. Everybody don't have your children's best interests at heart. So that's why I think the culture is more so like that in America. What about here?
Here is like we have people say it's here like it's not only your child, it's everybody's child. I even remember when I was like 6 or 7, I was ending up beaten with people, strangers, like, why are you not in school with uniform, like you are roaming around here? Just go to school. And people will beat you like they are not your parents, you don't know them, but if you do something wrong in the street, they will beat you and take you home, and your parents will thank them like thank you. So the newborn child, or they like 1 year, like everybody can just come to you and feel comfortable to hold them, or if you have emergency, like you want to run to buy some stuff, so you can just leave your child to people, and they feed here, like everything.
Another thing would be breastfeeding. I know that's a hot topic in America. You know, mothers wanted to breastfeed their child in public without being scrutinized. So there was a whole movement going on. But it's not a thing that's widely accepted to where a woman can just openly breastfeed and not cover herself. How is it here?
Here, like, women are breastfeeding their babies everywhere, anywhere. Yeah. So, in a public transport, in an offices, anywhere, like, they pull out the breast and feed the baby. Like I even saw my mom, like she was breastfeeding our last born. So I even saw, every day I'm living with my sister now, and she got child, and she do that. Yeah. So I was like, maybe in America, I don't know the culture, but maybe sometimes it's like, if you see that part of the body, then she's naked.
I think it's just over sexualized, because you got to think people, how people dress in America, it's a lot different. Also, a lot of women are more revealed, so the fact that it's an issue to feed your child in front of people, I don't see that.
Yeah, some of my friends told me, like, people will laugh at you, will take videos when you.
It shocked me when I first seen it out here. Just, I was like, oh. You good? But it's normal out here. It's not a big issue, and it shouldn't be. You should be able to feed your child wherever and not be sexualize that process of breastfeeding. Yeah. Now, marriage in America is very different from marriage in Tanzania. I think the customs are very different, and just traditions. In America, for one, you can have same-sex marriage, or you can have marriage between, like a traditional marriage between a man and a woman. I want you to speak kind of what Tanzanian culture is about, because people would love to know that.
Okay, so first, before in Tanzania we have more than 120 different tribes, and they have different, very little bit different in culture, but all all Tanzanians are doing nearly the same. So in some cultures, it is, you don't have to choose your wife, like you don't choose someone to marry. Your parents will choose for you. Your parents will go somewhere and look for the family and see the background of the family, and if they like the family, then they tell you, like, just go and marry there. That's the issue, like. But the rest, the majority, is like, if you like the girl, before anything, you don't go to their house, like you talk to her first, and then if she agree, like, you're gonna marry, so you send your uncles and some of your elders to their house, and they have to go there 2 or 3 times. So after they go there for the first time, they ask their daughter, like, do you know them? Do you know the boy that they're talking about? And then if she say, yes, I know, and I like to be married with him, then they tell them, just come back after 1 month, after 2 weeks. Then they start to look the background of the family. They start to ask people about the family, like, you don't have diseases, you don't have the background, like you don't have the bad manners, like thieves in your clan. You don't have some things. So, like, after that, they come back, and then they tell them, like, we need dowry, and you have to give gifts from grandfather, grandmother.
So you gotta pay.
You gotta pay. Like you pay the goat and stuff like that, and then when it comes to dowry, then you bargain. So they can just tell you, like, we need 10 cows. To other tribes, it depends. If the girl is light skin,
you gotta pay
like
more.
Your wife, bro. You gotta pay more, bro. Like, you pay more cows. And if you don't have cows, if you're from town, you don't have cows, then you convert cows to the money, like to the current price of the cow at the time.
So this is very similar, to the Bible and how they did things, certain customs in the Bible. In America, I think we're more so far removed from that, and we're not as traditional.
And you have to bring alcohol to elders, so that they will pray for ancestors, and pour the alcohol for those who are already gone and stuff like that.
So you're pouring out for your dead homies?
Yeah, they pour, and then after that they put the lady in the house for 30 days, teaching her how to live with her husband, how to act, how to face challenges,
how to be a woman.
A husband is the head, so the security, the income of the house and everything. The husband is, they teach us how to do that. But women are the leader of the house, to clean, to make sure children are, and stuff like that. So
in America, it's not. Many people are going away from the traditional marriage. So now you got stay-at-home dads that's going home and taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, and you got the moms out, going to work, get the money. You know what I'm saying?
You don't marry, like even our government here, you don't marry without witnesses, without permission, without it's a cast to be married without your parents to be there. People will just be a marriage here is a ceremony. It's more of a ceremony. And if unfortunately the girl has a pregnant without parents probably give you permission to marry, or without marriage, then if you go there and they realize that you just go there lately and the lady is pregnant, then they give you penalty.
So you have to pay.
It won't be 10 cows. Now it will be 15 cows with the penalty.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
So the last cultural difference we want to talk about is circumcision. This is rough. This is rough. You know what I'm saying? Rough thing to talk about. But in America, it's more so you go to the hospital, and after your child is born, the doctor will come and circumcise your child, as a baby usually, and the baby will heal and there'll be no issues. And not everybody gets circumcised in America, for one. So I think that's probably the main things that we see is really not done outside of a hospital setting. What about in Tanzania?
So for now, recently, because of cultural interactions, people are taking their child to the hospital too. Many of them are doing that, but still we have some tribes which are prioritizing, they practice the culture. So it is like this to livestock keeping tribes like Maasai, Hehe, Sukuma, Gogo, some tribes. They still keep the norms. They still keep the culture. You are circumcised to be a man. So
it's a big deal.
They don't do that if your child. So you circumcised to be a man, and it's a test. It's a time for you to from a childhood to a manhood. To adulthood.
So it's a serious.
It's a serious, and we have three from that is the first ceremony. After that is when you marry, and after that is when you die. So the first ceremony in your life will be the day that you circumcise
and become a man.
And to in Maasai tribes and Hehe in some tribes, it's in every 7 years. And before that, in 16 or 17 years, from 15, 16 or 17 years to 18 years, that's the good time to circumcise you. And they take us to the jungle for more than 30 days. They teach you to be a man. They teach you to love your woman. They teach you to respect woman. They teach you your responsibility. The day that you circumcise, somebody is coming. You're not going to the hospital. You're not getting a painkiller or anything. A man who is special for doing that is coming to the jungle.
Circumcision man.
And
not a doctor.
And not a doctor. Everybody who is going to circumcise that day will have the brothers or your father or your uncle behind you. And then you sit like this. And then no painkiller, no anything. And to show that you want to be a man and you're a man, you don't even have to blink like this.
You better not cry.
You don't even have.
True, no.
If you're like this, you're supposed to be like this. Then they cut they cut the foreskin, and then so after cutting the foreskin, then after people will still look at you, and then this is the man. Then they clap and they yell, like, you know, they like to give it up for you.
Yeah.
Like, ah!
So
then from there,
yeah,
you're out. Then somebody's coming.
So what happens if you do make a face like you're like?
So your father is there. If your father is not there, maybe he's dead. Then somebody is looking at your family like your father. He's there, uncle or anybody. Like they look at you.
Yeah.
So if you do like this, then because he started, then he'll finish it, but they will not count you as a circumcised.
Yeah.
Bro, they end up kill themselves. Some people, because it's a shame. Like your family will be like, oh, they didn't brought a man. Like your father will be like, you know, if you have your young brother, then your young brother will be respected more than you. Like even in a will, they will not write you. You will not inherit. Yeah, you will not inherit. Like they will take you as girls. Your fellow will just be going to the jungle or to do the responsibility that they have to do, but they will not include you. Like you will have to stay at home.
You're a disgrace to your family.
Yes. So sometimes they run away from their society. Sometimes they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's very tough. So you don't like you. I was, my eyes was open, but I was in that painful. I remember I didn't even see anything. My eyes was open like this, and I was like, God, please. So after that, the like your father, like if you win, like you know you pass that without even doing. So your father will be very proud of you. He give you cow, he give you land, the farm. Then from that you can just go to any girl to talk to them. Probably like proudly, because girls will like everybody will know, like, oh, he didn't, he did. So after that they put you to the house again for 1 month, feeding you a sheep and some medicine. Fat sheep, like, you know, they feed you like for 1 month so that you'll be recovered.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, I know it's many other cultural differences, but we'll be here all day trying to explain it.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you learned something about Tanzanian culture, and I hope this video was helpful in some type of way. And if it was, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos like this. We thank you, family. We love you. Shalom.
Shalom.